Hi, welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to review the Roselsa Distant Mountain 10th Anniversary Edition. I mean, you probably have tired of these here. Probably not tired, but this is probably my third video. I think my third video about this series of headphones, the Distant Mountain. Not about the 10th Anniversary Edition in particular, but it is going to be my third video on the Distant Mountain. So I'm going to skip the unboxing part of it, because it's actually very similar. But I do want to point out one thing on Roselsa. The good thing about their box, obviously very nice packaging. It's the ergonomics of it, right? So on the old box, there's no pull tabs here for the ear pads, the headphone cable and the extra accessories. However, this time the pull tabs actually make it a lot easier to pull out the accessory boxes. The old one, you have to shove your finger in there. It's a weird thing to pull out. So that's one props to them on the packaging improvement. Okay, so what you guys want to know is what's the difference between the 10th anniversary and the regular one? The main difference is that they have a different driver. Visually, they're different because this one is blue with the blue leather and blue chassis, and so that's the main difference, right? They added the blue design, which I actually quite like. The original one have a silver design and a black headband. As you can see here, I put some giant Grado ear pads on there. I'll talk about it more later in the video on why I did this. But the extra more difference would be the headband of the 10th anniversary is actually more plush. You can see, I noticed this pretty much right away when I got it. Like, this is more plush. It feels like the leather's more filled in, more plump, so there's probably more padding in there. There's actually is a little bit more padding, or at least softer padding. So that's the difference on the headphone itself. The 10th anniversary also got you a different cable. They got this pretty nice silver cable with the metal hardware and stuff. Also MMCX connector like the old one or the regular model. However, the cable doesn't sound much different. It looks very cool. But me personally, I like the cloth cable a lot more. The simple like black cloth cable, I actually like this a lot more than the 10th anniversary, the silver cable. Silver cable is cool and all, but I like the cloth cable a lot more. In fact, I still like the regular quiet C cable. So if they can just make that cable, but with the MM6 connector instead of the 2-pin IEM connector, it'll be fabulous, right? It'll be amazing. But unfortunately, they did not. But silver cable is still decent. It's still very nice. Like, it gives it like a sharp shine, and it's a little different vibes than the regular one. So, onto the most important part. How do they sound compared to the original one? Compared to the original one on these like solid pads, they sound a little bit different. Like, this one's definitely a little bit more warm and more like punchy, a little bit more bass. But that most important treble peak is still more or less there. Maybe a little bit less. Maybe like instead of like a 10 dB spike, it's an 8-ish dB spike of that 2 kHz region. So that's like the ear gains, so it's like lower treble, upper mid region, where if there's too much of it, a lot of music can sound honky, or like there's just like hollow character to it. Not really hollow, but like echoey, honky character to it. And this thing still does have that problem in a lot of music. I would say a little bit more than 50% of the music I listen to have that issue, so you will definitely notice it. It is a slight improvement over the original ones, but not enough, all right? Again, hi, so this is the sort of kind of promotion ad read for Hi-Fi Gold thing going on. I mean, I want to preface, Hi-Fi Gold did not pay me to do this. They only sent me the headphones and IEM to review, and they did not pay me. Like, I do not get any money from any of their sales or anything. So it just, this time they asked me to help them promote their Black Friday sales going on and Cyber Monday sales. Normally they don't even ask me to promote their website. They didn't even ask me to link their websites in my videos or their reviews and whatnot. But I mean, this time I guess Black Friday, why the hell not, right? I'm making this. I mean, I'm not making this. I'm releasing this video on Black Friday anyway, so I mean, if you're watching this on Black Friday, consider checking them out. I mean, the sale's been running since November 20th to December. It's gonna run until December 3rd, the Wednesday. So any way that you think like, oh no, I missed out Cyber Monday deals, but no, it's Cyber Wednesday because sales ends on Wednesday. Anyway, everybody have a good holiday, and back to the video. It's actually reduced that trebly bit some more, and it's actually have some extra space, like a slightly less compressed phone. So overall, the comfort it's gonna be better. So we'll just loop this in real quick. I mean, you might as well use the 2 earpads because the donut pad on its own not that great. So you might as well just double up the earpads like so right here. So you can see this is thicker, a little bit more plush than just the earpad on its own, right? So just do this. And I would say after doing this quote unquote mod, but in reality, it's really just using what they're giving you to the fullest extent. Because this actually solves that 2K hertz honk pretty much all the way. There's no real need to do EQ. Maybe you can do a little bit, but not like 8 or 10 dB, like negative 8 or 10 dB at 2K hertz region like I did before I do this using double ear pads. So that's pretty much it. The ear pad being more plush, there's some more extra space here. Overall, it increases comfort, it makes it sound better. Just use it all, might as well. And I totally forgot. The 10th anniversary also come with the RZ200M dongle. It's the same one you get in the regular one. You also get the same acrylic stand as the regular one. However, the 10th anniversary gives you 2 new things, or 3 pieces new thing. There's this 10th anniversary postcard right here. You guys can read it yourself, pause it. And then also get this nice gold plated, or maybe gold plated tag thingy, like key tag. 10th anniversary only, and the mountain logo they have to represent the distant mountain model right here. And then an extra pin, also says 10th anniversary only. Same Roselsa logo and the distant mountain logo down here. So you got these extra stuff for the 10th anniversary edition, which is part of their souvenir box. Let's put that away. Okay, so you can see. So remember, how you guys see, I put the giant Geek Korea Grado earpads on there. Well, this actually also helped with that 2K hertz peak or resonance, whatever the hell you want to call it. That 2K hertz spike at like extra 10 dBs or 8 dBs, like more than preference bound or targets. I'd say these 2 methods, basically doubling earpads, helps a lot with the comfort and sound of these headphones. Completely different route, because doubling earpad is free. You don't have to buy anything extra. Just buy the headphone and use what they gave you. In fact, I'm thinking Roselsa have fully intended you guys to double up the earpads, because like donut earpads on its own doesn't sound all that good. Doubling earpads actually make it pretty comfortable and sound pretty good. At least there's no obvious flaw like it does without the double earpads. And same thing applies when using the Grado's giant Geek Korea Grado earpads. It actually makes it more comfortable and it sounds better. I mean, of course, with the giant earpads, the positional variation was gonna be a lot more than these, because like there's only one way to put the regular earpad onto your ear. You just sit on your ear. But I mean, these ones you can put a little bit more forward and a little bit back and a little bit different, and you'll hear it differently because the driver only sitting in the middle. So, and also because the giant earpads just give you more leeway to position it differently. That's the only drawback of the giant earpads. But you guys can spend like I think like $15 for these giant earpads, or just use what they gave you, double up the earpads, and you're done. However, I do not recommend you double ear pads and then put giant ear pads on it, because this would actually withdraw the mids a little too much, or lower that 2K hertz region a little too much for my liking. So some vocals would sound like kind of distant and withdrawn. So I wouldn't recommend doing triple ear pads. Basically, double ear pads are fine. You can double up with Grado ear pads or double up with their own ear pads. Completely all right. I don't have any issue with that. Is there anything else to say? Not much. So in conclusion, this video, I would say, not this video, this headphone, I would say, it's a solid headphone if you like the style, and if you don't mind a slightly more treble forward sound, or like a little bit more vocal forwards, like upper mids forward sound, which I think that's the Roselsa house sound, I believe, because their quiet C IEM, while good, they still have a slight forwardness in that region, where I believe that's like their house sound tuning. So if you like Roselsa, and if you double up ear pads, it works perfectly. You really don't have to buy the Grado ear pads. And if I am you, even though like Hi-Fi Go sent me both of these to review, I wouldn't recommend you getting the 10th anniversary edition unless you really like the blue and you want the accessories and stuff. You can get a very good result by doubling up the ear pads on the normal distant mountain, and you actually get more color variety, because not only there's this black and gold one, there's also a very nice like brown, like kind of like a saddle brown or like caramel brown one, like brown leather and gold and silver hardware. So you get a little bit more option on the regular one. You can still get the RZ dongle. If you already have a dongle, there's also an option for an even cheaper variant where it doesn't come with a dongle, which is completely fine. This dongle, solid sounding, there's nothing wrong with it, nothing really, like, it's not like super warm sounding, it doesn't color the sound much. As far as I can tell, relative to something like an Apple dongle, it sounds pretty much the same. It's just a regular dongle with, I think, a CX18 something chip. I have mentioned it in the previous thing, or a AZ chip. I mean, it's not as super special. It's nothing bad. It's just a nice dongle that's like pretty well built. And overall, it's a very niche product that if you like this kind of style, or if you like the slightly forward treble sound, like I think Grado lovers would like this one, and also Roselsa lovers will also like this one because it's their house sound. So overall, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody have a very nice holiday, and yeah, bye.